Okay, something is happening in North American rhythm games. So for anyone who's been following me for a while, you probably know that I live in Minnesota in the United States. In particular, in relation to rhythm games, you might know that Minnesota is also essentially a wasteland when it comes to online arcade rhythm games. We don't have round one, we're 5 hours drive from the closest one, and we don't have any other arcades that would normally carry online rhythm games. Until now, by some act of God, an online Maimai on International appeared in Minnesota. It went online about 3 days before the filming of this video, and the circumstances around this cab appearing are interesting and might actually have some indication of what's to come for North American rhythm games. So today we're going to go over there. I'm going to meet up with a certain Maimai player that some of you might know, and we're going to play Maimai and talk about what this cab is doing here, how it got here, and what this might actually mean for the future of North American rhythm games. I'll also be recording some mediocre Maimai gameplay for all of you, although hopefully our guest can coach me a little bit, and by the end of the day, maybe I'll be a slightly better Maimai player. So with that, let's go. Let's go. So as some of you probably know, Maimai was getting location tested earlier this year. I think it showed up first at one of the arcade trade shows, and then it started showing up at, I believe it was location tested at a few round ones, and also I believe a couple of non-round one stores. I know there was a store in Illinois that got the location test cab right before it closed. I think that same cab also went to a Dave & Buster's once. So earlier this year, late last year, Sega was definitely feeling out the environment for a US side release of Maimai. And I think that was kind of the first indication that something might be changing. And I think most of us probably thought it would come to round one and only round one. I mean, obviously in the US, round one is the store that gets most of the rhythm games, if not all of them. There's pretty much no other place that gets official here in the US. One moment, grabbing a coffee. So I might be getting these out of order a little bit, but either before or after that, they announced that arcades that weren't, that were private or that were smaller, were going to be able to buy, these Maimai cabs, and put them on an international official. And there was a lot of buzz in the community because, historically, companies like Konami pretty much just don't let you do that at all. They don't even interface with normal, or I guess corporate arcades that they have business deals with, right? They'll just not bother. Additionally, when they announced the cost of Maimai, it was something really, really crazy. At least for an independent arcade to take on, something like 30 grand for a machine, and that wasn't counting the cost of the network fee, and I think there's a credit revenue share too. I might be wrong on that, but basically the costs of this thing were really high, and so it sort of felt like, okay, well, they're saying that we can buy these machines, but in reality, it's gonna only be round one. There's gonna be nowhere else in the US that can even foot the bill for these things, because they're just too expensive. I know for a little while there was even a sentiment of they only made it seem like it was possible to buy these cabs just so that they would shut up the loud voices asking for official cabinets to go to private arcades, or small independent arcades rather. Like, it was just to appease the masses, essentially. Like, nope, this isn't going to change anything. Like, the companies that get these are just going to be, big companies, just round one. Like, that's just kind of the state of things, right? Actually, we were a little bit surprised because shortly after that, a small arcade by the name of Ikigai announced that they were going to be getting a Maimai, an international Maimai official, and that was sort of like, for everybody, it was sort of, oh, so okay, some of these guys are going to try to do it. They are going to try to get these online cabs. So, a couple new places are going to have these online Maimai cabs. Though that's cool. That's better than nothing, right? So that's awesome. So to give a little bit of context to the situation here in Minnesota, I want to say about a month ago from when I record this, there was one local arcade that carried a few rhythm games by the name of Starcade that closed. It was basically our only actual arcade that had any rhythm games, and it closed. They had issues with the location that they were in. For context, here's the list of games that we went down to after that arcade closed. So very few. Like, in terms of online active games, literally just the Dave & Buster's DDR that is running A20 Plus, which no one plays anymore because A20 Plus is super old now. So about like less than 2 weeks after that, the person who runs this arcade that we're going to today, Xcape, came in the chat and said, I've got one of these coming in a couple weeks, if anyone's interested. And it was a video, it was like the introduction to Maimai DX video. And I was understandably flabbergasted because those types of games just don't show up here. And we also don't have a round one. So we really never expect to see anything like this appear. Additionally, historically in the past, Minnesota has had quite a few endeavors at opening independent arcades just completely blow up. Like, either like before they open, on the day they open, weeks after they open. Like, Minnesota's track record with arcades is very bad. And so this guy comes in the chat and tells us, yeah, it's coming, it's already shipped. And he starts sort of giving us the backstory on this arcade and what's happening. So we'll get into some of that later, but essentially this thing just appeared out of thin air. For reference, this arcade is not exactly like a small, private arcade run by enthusiasts. I mean, it's an arcade that's full of redemption games. I mean, it is your stereotypical American mall arcade. It is for people to blow money on when they walk past it in the mall and they're doing something else. So as you'd expect, it's sort of been a boon to the community here because historically, like, I've been in this community in Minnesota for over 10 years. And particularly the hand game players have never, ever had anything here. In the literal decade that I've been here, there hasn't been a single online hand rhythm game. We've had online pump historically, although right now we don't have any because our Dave & Buster's won't update our cabs. We have the DDR A20 Plus, which was certainly a nice surprise 6 years ago, but now no one fucking plays it because it's totally unupdated, and as we know, Dave & Buster's refuses to update those cabs. So that thing's just gonna rot until eventually the A20 Plus servers get turned off. And suddenly we've gone from that to probably the most popular online rhythm game that probably exists right now. I would say anyway. In my opinion, Maimai has become the most popular game right now. And now we have one, so. Admittedly, this is not my first session out at this cab because I'm gonna be honest, I could not resist going out there on the open day. Some of you probably already saw the tweet I made, but at least for our community, it's pretty monumental. We're about pulling up here. I think our friend is already at the arcade. I was running a little bit late this morning. We've got about a 3-hour window before the maintenance period, which is unfortunately still in the middle of the day for the U.S. So I'm really hoping that they'll change that at some point. Parking up. It's a cold, sunny day here in Minneapolis. Perfect day to stay inside and play some Maimai. That's what I'm thinking. Alrighty, let's go. We're gonna find out how good this rig is at capturing arcade game footage with these mics and my tripod. So we will see how this goes. Handling a coffee and a camera is a little bit unwieldy. Wait, kind of going through here? Shit. Okay, I think I can go on up top. Oh my god. This entrance, this mall entrance is under renovation, and I did not know that. So I think I can go in this way. Well, you can tell that I don't come to the mall very often. This mall entrance is closed. Okay, I get to walk a little bit. Fuck. I can see where I'm going. It's over there. It's cold, dude. Holy shit. This coffee's freezing my hand. So this arcade is at the it's at the mercy of the mall hours. So it's open from like 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. but 1 to 4 p.m. is the maintenance window. So you get like a very limited gap where you can kind of play. Hopefully they fix the maintenance time. All right, we came in on the right side, so not that far from it here. Let's see what we're working with. See if our friend has arrived. Right over here near the Rainforest Cafe. I think Margaritaville is also over here too. Yeah, it's on the opposite side. Here it is. Yeah, as expected, he's waiting for me. Hey. Yo.
Good seeing you, Jack.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Here we are at the mall at Xcape. I'm here with Watson, Star Kirby.
Hey, Star Kirby 86 here.
This is it. We're here. We're at the Maimai that just appeared out of nowhere about like 2 weeks ago, and we're just gonna play for a while. And I'm gonna hopefully get some coaching from someone who's actually good at this game. So yeah, let's get to it. But before we play Maimai, we need to ask another question. Why is this machine here? So on the same day that we heard that the Maimai machine was coming, we heard from the person at the store that was telling us about the Maimai that the store had been acquired by Genda. Genda is the company that owns the arcade chain Gigo in Japan. For those who don't know, Gigo is what became of all of the old Sega arcades after Sega sold Genda the arcade operating rights. Gigo is a direct competitor to Round 1 in Japan, running very similar types of game centers all around the country. Over the summer in 2025, Genda acquired the amusement company P1AG. P1AG is an amusement company that operates in North America, largely in malls and in movie theaters. Later this year after the acquisition, at some point, someone from Genda came and visited the store in Mall of America, Xcape. It seems like they were looking for stores in the P1AG acquisition to try out rhythm games, and since the Xcape in MOA was a high-earning P1AG store, they decided that would be a good place to try out Maimai. And so, here it is.
Well, let me show you what happens.
Oh, this is your card.
With this.
Yeah. Is it? I assume it gives you the no.
Okay. What? Fail.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, I tell him.
Yeah, so it's like my weak spot game, where like most rhythm games I play and pick up, I can get like to a high level pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Maimai is like the one game where I have not had that experience.
No. All you need is the access, and then you'll quickly.
But I think you're right. I think you're right about that.
Mainly because it's the slide notes that really get people, right?
It is so hard.
Once you, because the tap card is not going to be like that's just getting used to muscle memory.
Yeah.
Like, how can you read these chords? How can you read the approach rate it goes in, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, beyond that, it's really like figuring out that the slide being that quote-unquote delayed note. I really hate the word delayed because it makes it really feel much harder than it sounds.
I do know what you mean though, because I do feel delay is how my brain interprets it.
Yeah, naturally. And that's what people like to say, but I kind of want to treat it more that you're just trying to get the motion and the muscle memory kind of seeped in for that other hit, that sliding hand. Here's a quick note for the people at home.
Yep.
If you are looking for friends, you should just hand them free gloves.
True.
It's great.
Just keep pairs on you.
It makes people really motivated to actually play. Yeah. I've had people, their days were made by just me handing out a glove.
So I've just been playing area bonus songs to do maps.
So just a note, all you need to do is you have to play an area bonus song at least once. That applies for the whole set.
Oh, so you don't need to play like 4? That doesn't increase the bonus?
No. It doesn't sap.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So,
All right.
and then you have to get an area bonus at least once, an AP or a full combo or a full sync at least once.
Okay.
And then it applies for the entirety of that.
I'm already learning things.
So they all just do multipliers and they don't stack on top of that singular one.
Interesting.
They are in conjunction with each other.
Okay, cool.
So it used to be that way, by the way.
It did?
That. Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say, I think Chuny used to do it that way.
In Buddies Plus, they tamped it down. And this is making it easier for travel. Funny angles.
What is this chart?
Yeah. Oh, of course. All right, we're good.
Nice, let's go. As expected, all perfect right away.
Naturally.
That was a weird chart. What's the stars?
This is equivalent to EX score / 2DX score.
Oh, interesting. So there's like a 1 to 5 star for the...
Yeah, this is 97% or higher.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know about that. Okay.
Yeah. So a couple things. So now that you played enough songs, you actually have a recommendation folder.
Yeah.
When you get better at the game, the masters in this will be available by default.
Oh, really?
Yes.
In the recommendation folder?
That's right.
That's so cool. Wait, what? That's an amazing feature.
Yeah. So that way you can actually tackle something new. Also, the masters will be available in here in the matchmaking mode, if you end up actually at a high enough rank.
Yeah, 100%.
That one is chill. That one was chill too for you too.
Yeah, that one was fine.
Yeah. You notice that in these experts right here, all the slides are like in a vacuum.
Yeah. I know. That's like the big difference, right? Is they don't let slides have other stuff happening at the same time.
Yeah. But then in like higher 11s, like 11 pluses, they start introducing back-to-back slides.
Yeah, I'm very bad at those.
And then into 12 pluses and whatever, they're kind of trying to add some more stuff, but it's not that multitasking. Okay, I want you to try this one.
Okay.
So I like calling this Lord Denpa.
Yeah. It sure is.
There's a lot of BPM shifting in this.
Oh God. Perfect.
But it's
just
very
what I want.
predictable. That's cute.
What the fuck is this song?
Wow, look at that. On the first go.
Well, that chart was so fun.
Yeah.
Also, that song was, the preview did not do that song justice at all.
Right. I was like that big dump, that drop they had midway.
That's crazy. I was like, what is this song? Like, what am I listening to?
So you must have noticed that there were a lot of these glowing notes that were the notes that
Yeah.
Those are EX notes, right?
No, I assume it's the same as Chuny crit notes.
Yes.
Only perfect judgment, right? Yeah.
If you get good or better, it's
they use those for the
automatic.
spins, right?
Yeah, but there was that break spam.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
And that was like literally over 60 of the breaks.
Yeah.
So that's a really good score. Yeah.
Just look at the EX difference. I'm like, interesting. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. I mean, that's great for me, so.
Oh, this is a good song.
I love Altree.
Yeah. So this is a slow song.
Okay.
So you see the BPM 98, right?
Fun.
So that means it takes, if it's a 180, if it was a 190 BPM song, it takes 2 beats.
Yeah.
For the slide to get moving, right?
Slow.
Yeah. Usually by that point, then another note will come, and that's when your cue is, oh, the slide's going to be moved when you hit the other note.
Gotcha. Oh God. Okay, that one was harder.
Yeah.
that one was hard. Holy shit.
So the big thing, you already see it here. So that was that one part with the brakes where they were on top of each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's literally another beat, 2 beats.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Because that song just kept doing it where it was like, dot, dot, but then like that.
You weren't
like,
kidding that it literally felt like 2 beats instead of 1, even though I guess technically like the BPM was probably like halved for the chart.
It's halved on purpose. Yeah. So 2 eighth notes in that would count.
Those bastards.
You have to wait 2 eighth notes. Yeah.
Did I hear them saying that the cab has been full like from open to close?
Yeah.
Like since it got here?
Explain to the higher ups, apparently over the weekend, like boss is like, well, the revenue's not good as Jurassic Park, and it's like, look, this thing's busy all week.
It's like literally we're on it all day.
Yeah.
You want more crowd? Bring another one.
Just tell Mr. Gendo.
Yeah. John Genda.
Yeah, John Genda.
So, why does all this matter? I want to mention that this next section is my speculation and partially based on rumors, but it is also based on some things that I have heard from people around in the industry and general community sentiment. So don't take everything here as a surefire thing, but there are a lot of signs pointing to something happening in the arcade and rhythm game spheres, especially in North America. First off, Maimai does not appear to be the only game heading to North America to arcades that are not Round 1. Konami has also been signaling moves to release U-Region games outside of Round 1 arcades. For those unfamiliar, U-Region games are essentially Konami's version of Sega's International series, essentially meaning that the game is truly prepared to be released internationally. Aside from the fact that some people in the community have been hearing numbers coming out of Konami for pricing at arcades that aren't Round 1, we've also seen some arcades like Ikigai indicating that they have already made a purchase from Konami and that their machines are on the way. Additionally, Bandai Namco has localized and is continuing to roll out Taiko in North America with new cabinets, and they've also indicated their intention to support arcades that aren't Round 1. Although they have a bit of a cabinet quality problem on their hands, and they're gonna have to figure that out before all of that comes to fruition. Additionally, aside from the game companies themselves indicating their interest in localizing games to North America, Round 1 and Genda in particular are posturing themselves to expand in North America very quickly. For Round 1, this is nothing new. You can see it on the report that gets released publicly every quarter. There's always a huge list of new and upcoming locations, as well as a number of locations that are in development, including some that aren't announced yet. And now with Genda acquiring P1AG, it's very likely that they are interested in not only expanding their game offerings, but also their store presence in North America. This part is my speculation, but this is likely happening due to the recent and increased popularity in Japanese culture in North America in the last 5 or so years. This is particularly spotlighted with the rise in popularity of properties like One Piece and Demon Slayer, but also is spotlighted by just the general increase in overall popularity of Japanese cultural staples like sushi, karaoke, crane games. Anything you can think of that's sort of like a Japanese pop culture staple has been on the rise in North America in the last 5 years. 2 companies that are very postured to take advantage of that type of popularity are Round 1 and Genda. This recent push from these companies to bring Japanese arcades and Japanese arcade games to North America may also be due to the general flatlining or decline of Japanese arcades in Japan. Where in Japan, the arcade has sort of flatlined and kind of hovered where it was since COVID, North American arcades, by comparison, are doing very well. Well, other than the fact that we've heard that Round 1 is doing well,
Yes.
as a company, because they're looking to expand still.
Here's the big thing, right? It's stagnating and actually just shrinking in Japan. It's a very slow decline.
But it's growing here.
Yes.
Which is weird. As someone who was in the North American arcade scene about 10 years ago, when it was largely flatlined or dead here, it's almost like the two are switching places. Crane games in particular are doing insanely well in the US now. There are even stores opening that don't even have regular arcade games. They're just crane games. One of these types of stores opened near me in the last year, and they're opening a second location soon. And returning quickly to Genda and Maimai, these aren't even the only acquired P1AG stores that are going to be receiving Maimai. There are more. Additionally, a rumor that I've heard is that Genda is positioning themselves to bring other rhythm games stateside as a way to bring in new people with games that they've never seen before. So in summary, Round 1 and Genda seem to be posturing to be competing in the US. Round 1 is looking to aggressively expand by opening more stores. Genda is looking to aggressively expand in North America by acquiring P1AG. And Sega and Konami and Bandai Namco are localizing their rhythm games to America. So what does all of this mean? All of this together, what does this indicate? From here, this is all just my speculation, but honestly, I think a race is starting. Having been in and around this space for the last 10 to 12 years, including living in a state that had no official access until this Maimai machine spawned out of nowhere, there's been a long period of time in North American arcades and North American rhythm games where outside of Round 1, it feels like there has been nothing happening. It is truly a nothing ever happens situation. This is something happening.
To me, we've heard Round 1 is like looking to expand.
Right.
We have Konami and Sega localizing their games to NA.
Surprisingly,
and not only localizing them, but also releasing them to arcades that aren't Round 1.
Yes. This is a pretty recent initiative.
Which is a recent development.
In the past
Taiko got localized.
Yeah.
Although they need to figure their calves out, but that's fine. I mean, at least they're trying.
Nonetheless,
I guess.
you could see
they're
the
trying.
effort.
They're
Exactly.
trying. Like, to me, it looks like all of those Japanese like entertainment companies are looking here for their next push because they're like, well, the Japanese side is declining, but the American side, the North American side, like anime is super popular, like crane games are super popular.
Yeah.
I guess for people like you and I, or anyone who's really into like Japanese culture, otaku culture. I mean, we've seen in general, maybe like the last like 10 years, anime has always been kind of like going up lately.
Yeah.
I swear, when the pandemic
But
hit, it just went like nuclear. Like
Yeah.
for me, when I came in, which was kind of like a relative like low point in American like arcade culture and in rhythm game culture in America.
Yes.
Like when I joined, I kind of felt like it was like I got the impression it was on the way out. It was like hey, this is going to be a niche thing for as long as I'm
it's
into it.
shrinking, it
It's
feels-
not going to
yeah.
grow again. And then after COVID, like it felt like something had a little bit. The needle had moved a little.
Yes.
And now, I'm not gonna lie, like it's hard to describe it, but like the movement of the arcade scene is totally underscored by this random Maimai cap showing up in my state. It's like, that more than ever has given me an indication like something is actually happening.
How can one rhythm game cab, one music game cab, one damn washing
It changed
machine-
my whole perspective on like
Yeah.
where the scene is going. Because
Yeah.
like there's no reason it should be here. Like we are historically a desert. Like we have nothing.
Right.
And now we have like the most popular, most recent online game.
Yeah.
Like we went from nothing to 100 in like one move.
Just
in
an
2
immediate
weeks.
moment. Yeah. It just flipped.
Which is crazy. It's unbelievable for people
Are you
here.
still pinching yourself?
I mean, I'm playing Maimai and I'm excited about it. I mean, I do now, but
I get you. Yeah. No,
and that's why I'm
exactly.
so. I mean, that's why
That's why
we're
you're so bullish
talking.
about
That's
this,
why.
yeah.
That's why we're there today. Like it's just. Yeah,
Precisely.
you're right. It's why I'm bullish about it. It's because like it feels like something is happening.
Right.
And I can't say I felt that way for the last like 10 years, which is crazy. I love that.
I don't know how else to describe it, but all the stuff that I started hearing right around the time that this Maimai cab showed up, it really feels like something is actually happening. I think a race around these Japanese arcade companies expanding the US is starting, and they are bringing rhythm games with them. Of course, I could still totally be wrong, but man, it sure seems like there's a lot of signs pointing that way. So from here, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. As these Maimai machines show up at more locations that aren't Round 1, we're going to see the scope of just how big this push is, not only for Sega and Maimai, but for these arcade companies looking to acquire rhythm games and expand into the US. It is an absolutely insane time to be seeing Maimai showing up at like H-Mart of all places. It really feels like these things are gonna pop up everywhere at any time. There was a long period of time in North America where you could reasonably expect to walk into an arcade and find a rhythm game. Usually it was Dance Dance Revolution. And in some weird way, that feeling of being able to walk into an arcade and find a rhythm game almost guaranteed, it kind of feels like it's coming back. So that's what all this means for the arcade industry. But what does this mean for me?
Well, I finally have a real live active rhythm game that I could go to that's close to my house. So you might actually see me out there recording footage and playing the game and just enjoying being in the community for an active rhythm game. I wasn't really a Maimai player, but I am now. Everyone's just going to have to watch this situation closely and see how it plays out. But for now, I'm going to enjoy the new Maimai machine that I have access to.
Good stuff.
What the fuck? Let's go!
Oh, damn.
Oh my god, AP'd it?
AP plus.
AP, that's my first AP plus.
Hell yeah.
I got, okay. Well, that's even worth so much. 25? Oh my god. What? I was gonna take a picture, but I have a video. Thanks for watching, and thanks so much to my supporters on Patreon. Check out my Twitter, Twitch, and community Discord. Links are in the description below. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.